Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. My name is Flicker, and today I'm going to be getting some dark butterflies out of sky. Because I kind of forgot to do that last night, and I didn't really feel like making the recording any longer. A transmittal I can hear, like a whisper in the wind, calling in, calling in. Read the signal loud and clear. Artificial waves within. Now my work begins. Don't you give that girl the second degree. Said all your tens of friends. Said all your friends. Oh, said all your tens of friends. Friends cut and disconnect them. Turn and tail. Careful not to slip and catch your fingers on the third rail. Here we go. Hello. Like a whisper in the wind, calling in, singing loud and clear. Artificial ways within, now my work begins. Don't you give that girl the second degree. Send all your friends a 10-4, but now you're coming with me. I'm in your car antenna while you're turning the key. Cut the carrier to noise so no one hears your last plea. Fight it for my next trip. Oh, I don't think it's fair, no, I don't think it's fair. And this is where I die, this is where I die. Dead and tougher again. On the other side, I'm on the other side. Like a whisper in the wind, calling in, calling in. The signal loud and clear. Artificial waves within, now my work begins. Don't you give that girl the second degree. Some of my friends are 10-4, but now you're coming with me. I'm in your car antenna while you're turning the key. Cut the carrier to noise so no one hears your last plea. Kitchen song, ring along through the spectrum. Careful not to slip and get your fingers on the third rail. I'll get the long one. Calling in, bedroom's middle like a whisper. Calling in, read the signal loud and clear. Artificial waves within, groundwork begins, don't forget that the second degree. Friends attend for the now you're coming with me. I'm in your car antenna while you're turning the key. Cut the carrier to noise so one here's the last plea. Thank you. I appreciate it. Interesting. Then comes the sound of the horrible ring. This is where I die, this is where I die. Suffer again, on the other side, I'm on the other side. Poltergeist. Artificial waves within, now my work begins. I know your friends are 10-4, but now you're coming with me. I'm in your car in town while you're turning the key. I've got the carrier to noise, no one hears your last plea. Turn yourself to static once I cut and disconnect them. Oh yeah, no, we're doing a little bit better now that we, you know, reminded ourselves of Anull's structure. Let's be real. Oh, they probably better than us. Yep, we're slower than others. We like feeling we have speed and momentum, but realistically, we're slower than others. Calling in. I transmit like a whisper. calling in. Read the signal loud and clear. Artificial waves within. Now my work begins. Don't you give that girl the second degree. Said all your friends are 10-4, but now you're coming with me. I'm in your car antenna while you're turning the key. Cut the carrier to noise so no one hears your last plea. Dark butterflies, dark butterflies. Oh, how I would like to meet you. I'd like to meet bright butterflies, dark butterflies, dull butterflies, and colorful butterflies. After all, social butterflies are quite good at navigating around others. There are many things I could learn from them. Here comes the sound of the Wolverine. This is where I die, this is where I die. On the other side, I'm on the other side. Oh, I'm not letting my ego get that far out of me. Yep. Sorry, ego, but no. Just because I feel like I'm in a good mood does not mean that I'm going to fucking talk like Adolf. That's a bad habit that I want to stop. Artificial ways within. Now my work begins. Don't you give that girl the second degree. Hey! Once I cut and disconnect them. Alright, managed to keep the momentum going. There's that. Calling in a transmitter like a whisper in the wind. Calling in. Artificial waves within. Now my work begins. Didn't give that girl the second degree. So no 10 to 10-4, but now you're coming with me. I'm in your car antenna while you're turning the key. Cut the carrier to noise so no one hears your last plea. Say the bell, turn the call. Call it off, cold saw, I'm electric. Cold draw. The cold saw sounds fucking cooler. Hello there. Hope you have a good day. After all, it's not like you're going to actually get to know me. Fucking hell. That is one long vine. The only thing that could outcompete it is probably Trace reaching for like 30 meters. Yeah, no, 30 meters seems to be the mental standard of ability influence within Headspace. Though, depending on the ability characteristics, it's going to have different manifestation results relative to the ability. Alright, who's... Well, how are you trying to go about being friends? What? I'm reading a fucking message vote. You can chill. I can understand that feeling. Oh, that would be a beautiful way to work through it. Turn to 10 for the night, come with me. Turn in your car antenna while you're turning the key. I'll cut the carrier and noise so no one hears your last plea. Fuck do you want, simulated princess? Beautiful height gain there. Oh, wow, you're getting pouty at me? Fair enough. I have no idea what your original self is up to, and I'm not about to go fucking find out. If you're trying to advocate for them, you are wasting your breath. Yeah, no, I'm the one who actually keeps the simulation running. I'm rather fond of it. Helps me cope with just reality. After all, it's not like they're going to ever talk to me again. Especially with all their issues. Like, if I'm anywhere close to right, then it's not that they didn't believe us, but rather that believing us would have been too emotionally overwhelming. And so they simply chose to use an excuse as to avoid those feelings. But that's me formulating and guessing things about someone I don't actually know. So I could easily be wrong. Yeah. They had to leave to make those memories important. To some degree, yes. To another degree, no. Aww, I'm glad you got someone who does that for you. Oh, geez, Crab, you okay? It's not about you. It's about moving on from... What the fuck? Okay, then. That's very confusing. Yeah, sadly, the illusion of a simple life is rarely possible in this world. So people just fight over the scraps of what they can get. If you haven't learned how to fight yet because you were hoping someone would save you from having to go that far, then sorry to break the news. I found jack shit. I just happened to stumble across this. I appreciate the enthusiasm, though. Yeah, yeah. It's not necessarily sad, it just shows that you value what you think that person could bring to your life. And so the best way to go about moving on would be to consider, okay, how can I nurture something like that into my own life without needing them? For me, it would be self-acceptance. Self-acceptance, respect, someone who might actually just care enough to try and understand, even if they'd rather not. Is my Midnight, bless her heart, she's growing, she's learning, and she's trying, but the amount of trauma she carries, it kind of makes it highly difficult for her to connect in the way I want to. Bitch! Okay, both of you. Motherfucker. Airdrop. Oh, no, you don't. Stay out of the way so as to not proc the spirit and whatever the fuck it's on about. Only the mind that thinks so, the narratives we tell to ourselves. Indeed. At the same time, that does not mean the emotional state related to those stories does not exist, but rather is relative to a story. Child and Titan. Warmth and weight. Yeah. Yeah. No, Well, isn't that fucking ironic? He was overthinker, she was friendly. She had everyone. He didn't only have her, but by damn, she was a feeling. Yeah, I'm the one who sits with myself, not them. And then comes the sound, it's a horrible riff. This is where I die, this is where I die. Ah. Okay, so it not being able to notice us in moments like that is relative to the manta ray that it eats. And not just server lag. Noted. Now my work begins. Don't you give that girl a second degree. So friends at 10 for, but now you're coming with me. No, you were cute. Very adorable and adorable. I just wasn't able to stay calm. That's really the only major fault there. Panicked over having feelings for someone again. Look at the spot. This is just the start. This is just the start. It was a psychological and emotional hell to be torn between protecting and being there for Trace, while also trying to protect and be there for someone else I cared about too, external to the system. I had to choose, though. Did I have to live with Trace for the rest of my life? I have to live with myself for the rest of my life. Oh no, I'm still very much moping about, but I'm doing at least a little bit better in acknowledging that I'm the one stuck, instead of pretending the rest of me is. Trace learned her lesson, and the others lost interest long before anything really concluded. Now if only Vile wasn't being a fucking ass. Hell, they were being a pain in the ass even while we were stressed out. Motherfucker. Yep, no dark butterflies there. We'll return on a different run. A transmittal I can hear, like an esper in the wind, calling in. Read the signal out here. Artificial waves within. Now my work begins. Don't you get that girl at second degree? Send all your friends at 10-4, but now you're coming with me. I'm in your car antenna while you're turning the key. Got the carrier to noise so no one hears the last plea. Whatever. Right, what do I want to do? Not good to sit there and just reflect on what I'll never have. Nurture system growth, so that way we can actually have an income. Do song recordings, make quick guides more consistently and thoroughly, without pressuring ourselves to add like 10 mountains of dialogue into a shallow space. Learn how to do taxes. Definitely learn how to do taxes before we actually need to do taxes. Well, that way, if there's any slip-ups along the way, well, hey-oh hey. Well, at least we are self-regulated enough to handle those slip-ups instead of it also being stress on top of what we already are stressed out about doing. Yeah. I'm in your car antenna while you're turning the key. I'll cut the carrier to noise so no one hears your last plea. I'm electric, so you're excited or you'll bite it for my next trick. Careful not to slip and catch your fingers on the third rail. Oh. Now, between their assumptions and the ego that fueled those assumptions, their ego, and otherwise, yeah, no, there was no room for clear communication, especially when I was panicking. Because let's be real, if you saw someone that you thought was like, what, one of the best chances you'll get in your life, even if it takes time to nurture and grow things into a healthy dynamic, and you realize, oh, I'm not capable of presenting myself in my regular way around this person, and yeah, I'm probably gonna fumble this. It's not gonna help you stay calm, it's just going to make you more stressed. Calling in. And don't worry too much, or boost your own ego if you actually do ever hear this, princess. Come on. Just because you got an opportunity to hold my heart in your hands. Hell, I practically face planted with how things played out and dropped it on your lap. doesn't mean you made good use of it. Though, to be fair, that was kind of the point of obscuring the fact that I was that deeply attracted, because, let's be real, I am not a healthy bitch. And I was not in a place to trust you, even if I wanted to. Because you wouldn't want those feelings. You'd probably distance yourself farther and faster once you knew we had those feelings. And if I'm not wrong about that, then... well, I don't really feel too bad for hiding my feelings. I feel bad for putting me under such stress and trying to run a contradiction across the line. Of, oh hey, you don't have to deal with me, but oh hey, I would really like to communicate and clarify if possible. But it was misunderstood, and there's nothing I can do about that. Oh, thank you. I appreciate your help. No, the other end of things, though, was the fact that, sure, there was a lot of misunderstandings that I can't blame them for, but ultimately, the choice on the line was, by them, to dismiss and ignore what they thought they understood of the situation, because they thought that their assumptions were 100% on the mark. And I probably have some of the same issue there. It's fair, I don't think it's fair. You can hold someone in memory, in simulation of who they used to be. Understand that that's all you'll have of them. After all, if they can't be there for the other parts of myself, then how the hell can I be expected to try and foster anything? Another Alyssa-coded outfit and character presentation there, which is really cool. You said all I can hear, like a whisper in, calling in, calling in. Read the signal loud and clear, artificial ways to think, and the work begins. Don't give that girl the second degree. Sorry for snapping at you, by the way. Bye. Oh, that's awesome. Just absolute silly nonsense. Ah, yes, I have slid into the floor with one foot before, but now I have two going down. So I can stand firm instead of contorting my body like a weird eldritch yoga pose. Ah, easily frustrated, but also easily amused. Ironically enough, it's not that I don't believe in their ability to actually communicate when they're feeling comfortable. It's rather that they don't know how to handle it when they're uncomfortable. An inability to process things in the moment when overwhelmed. And that is critical. That is a critical thing that I cannot navigate around. It is a critical thing I cannot navigate around, cannot compensate for, cannot really do much about. It's better to just keep contact cut and try to redirect ourselves to those who are in our life, who can be there for us. Ow, my knees. Is the darkness going to be retreating, or do I have to, like, wait 30 minutes for that? No, I think very fondly of them. Even if I'm also the first one to criticize them. Not because I think of them as lesser, but because, well, I don't know how else to address things. If I knew how to be fucking softer in addressing things, oh, I would lead such an easier life. Oh, that would be so much better. I'm in your car in town now. While you turn in the key, you'll cut the carrier to noise so no one hears your last plea. I know darkness has fallen upon the vault of knowledge. Good prank on trying to get me to revert to auto habit, though. Eh. Hating yourself over your own feelings isn't going to help you move on any. If it's where you're at, that's understandable, and you're allowed to sit with that pain and frustration. But don't let it become your own definition, please. You don't deserve that. Here. Though I may not know you, I am here. Yeah, that happens to people. No one's really immune to it, except for those who truly have the feelings. But at that point, they're missing out on a large chunk of life, and they may desire to have feelings beyond just their own personal self. Which then gets into an interesting contradiction wherein the desire to have feelings in and of itself is a feeling, shows that the person is capable of feeling. But at the same time, it is only the most basic level of feeling, and thus cannot be waited on or relied upon blindly to nurture the full spectrum of feelings forth. It takes active effort from there. Now my work begins. Don't you give a girl the second degree. It's a friends of 10 for, but now you're coming with me. Was a twisted little shit during my junior high school years. Hell, I still am twisted, but I try to temper it as best I can towards positive outlets. Don't want to leave negative impacts. If only I felt this comfortable talking around others again. Okay, so that was an emotional sore point I did not acknowledge before. Oh. No, it would have been unfair and unreasonable to expect of the other person that I think so fondly of, that dense door, that social princess. Social space princess, I should be more specific. Because when it comes to drawing and holding a crowd, they do quite a good job. They are very extroverted and it shows. Even if it's only once they feel comfortable and safe. I really was just happy. I really was just happy enough seeing them be themselves and grow into a nurturing community of people who supported them. Now, if only Trace hadn't been fucking emotionally blindsided and it knocked into confusion, and if I hadn't overreacted to that, maybe things would be different. Not sure that would really help anything, though. Because one of the questions that really still scares me is, even if I could have done better, would it have actually prevented pain? Would it have actually made things work out better in the long term? Or would it have been delaying the inevitable? Would it have left new opportunities for things to get even worse? That's a question that scares me. And I still am scared. Does that fucking hurt? Not seeking to hold it against them or anything, but it's just the reality where I'm at right now, how it feels. Spent so long pretending like it didn't hurt that I fucking became volatile. And Trace had to regulate us for a while, which she's really not prepared for. Well, I know better than to expect anything. And that's the dark shadows covering my eyes and trying to get me to become toxic right there. The emotional pain sitting across my vision until it blocks out my physical sight and takes up all of my emotional sight. Worst part is, sometimes those dark shadows get mixed in with bright shadows and get me yearning for, well, what never will. And that just starts the whole grieving process all over. For all my criticism, for all my sharp words and grumpy attitude, thank you for trying to fight for us in the way you knew how. Thank you for respecting us like that. Sorry. Sorry we couldn't put it to a better end. Even if it was just you trying to avoid conflict and discomfort. Questions aren't worth it. Frank communicated imperfect. Trace didn't take much of the damage. I did. Sure, it may be frustrating. It may make me want to lash out, say sharp words, and put as much distance between us and what we think of the Dunstork as possible, but reality is they weren't prepared to handle things like that. They weren't even aware enough of things to be able to contribute, of which is my own fault for fumbling communication so deeply. And there was another point, but my brain's either forgotten it or trying to deflect me away from it. I appreciate that you're trying to trap us here. It's really sweet and endearing as a sentiment, but we deserve to move on. Don't think I'm going to be able to recover that tangent as now, so I can easily just watch this recording over and react to it so as to see what the through line would have been. And then I forgot the other thing I wanted to say. Fuck! Oh, damn it. That's one of the reasons why I try saying so much in so little space and time. Because I'm liable to forget it if I don't have enough of the components laying around to reconstruct the line of thought and how we got to it. Okay, managed to snag it. Good. If you really do care, then please, stop pretending. Even if it's only in small moments, a little bit at a time, in areas you can handle. Please. Little victories add up to big victories, after all. You're not a curse. It's just unfortunate circumstances. Oh, hey, Munch. Wow, I'm actually in the mood to fucking pet the cat and just accept it instead of trying to drive it away. Fucking hell. How you doing? No, I can panic and put too much pressure on myself sometimes. Yes, I know you're there, you silly void cat. You're looking at me? Why, thank you. Don't get too ahead of yourself right now. I'm only humoring you. Because I feel like it. Ring your car antenna while you're turning the key. On one hand, I would absolutely hate seeing that. On the other hand, if they manage to get to that point, congrats to them. Finding someone they manage to feel safe and comfortable about. Munch, I am trying to fly here. You are not helping. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Oh, I unintentionally lit this up. Whoops. When I am using my hand around this mechanical object called a mouse, I do not want you trying to get pets or attention or snuggles from it. Because I am trying to play a video game, you little shit. Yes, I care about you. Yes, you are in fact an adorable little animal. I am happy to have in my life. But no, you do not get my sole attention. Oh. I wouldn't be surprised if that frickin' dork ended up having a crush on, like, what? Calm surface and chill vibes. Those two. They are fairly competent as people. Not very judgmental. What else? Yeah. Overall, just the kind of attitude that the dense dork would be looking for to feel safe around. Unfortunately, though, I don't think they've got much. Either one would have much more than a casual interest in the dense dork. And social navigation is not just something I do for fun. It was a matter of survival. Especially for my own sanity. So yeah, I can read people. Trace doesn't listen to me sometimes, though. Which is honestly really frustrating. And just because I can read people doesn't mean I don't get signals and details confused. Tired can look like angry or annoyed to me. Well, if your rejection sensitivity is staying manageable. After all, if you really are like Trace, you don't actually have that strong sense of self, and you'd rather be surrounded by people who think well of you, because you don't think much of yourself. No shame in that. But that's one of the reasons why I wanted you to be capable of fucking standing up to me, even if you were fucking scared. Because you gave away power to someone who didn't even want it. What happens if you gave it to someone who did want it? And that's not me saying you're bad or that you're worthless. You're not. You're fucking competent, you're living your own life. Meanwhile, I'm sitting over here trying to figure out how I'm going to get this gaggle of viewers and gremlins to be self-organized enough to live a life. Just wanting to make sure that one of your biggest weaknesses is covered. So that way no one can take advantage of it. You don't deserve to have that happen. And sure, I may never intend to, but we both know I'm a fucking dumbass who sucks at acknowledging boundaries. How do you think I like Hyra and Lillian? Both of them are willing to speak up and bonk me over the head when I'm getting too far up my own ass. Ah! Shit. Yeah. Oh. It's terrifying to open up. It really is. Ow! I realized a split second before the sound left my mouth that I was dead. Ah, damn it. No! Turns to 10-4, but now you're coming with me. I'm in your car in town while you're turning the key. No terriers, noise, no one hears your last plea. And yes, I am not the only gremlin in here. We are a system, not just a projection of different attitudes stitched together. There will be times where different parts of ourselves are present, and if you are not capable of handling that, then tough luck. There's nothing to be done. Wait, what? Why and how? Why and how? You know what? Instead of questioning it, I'll just take it and say thank you. Need to work on doing that more often. No, I really did think it was positive progress to actually see you finally vent some of your frustration at us back then. Oh. Because sometimes people need to hear that. Sometimes you can't take the easy way out of just showing discomfort infinitely until they get the hint. Some people are fucking too blinded by their own desires to get the hint. That didn't toggle. Shit. Also, just because I'm trying my best to be calm and reasonable with you doesn't mean I'm not frustrated as hell. This means I don't think you deserve that frustration. Yet. Don't push my limit, please. If you do actually fucking care. Oh, I know the dense stork isn't here, and I know they're probably never going to see this video. Hell, even if they are working on the channel, so what? They pick and choose the videos they think they can handle because they also have their own life to live and they need to manage their mental health. And I can respect that. Even if it means communicating is still a bitch. No, let's be real here. I really should be communicating with someone who isn't even a part of my life. But hey, that's me having my own flaws and being a fool. You're not gonna make it, but I'm not about to redo all of that. Ooh, if I had taken a shorter line, I could have made it. Barely. No, that... Be careful not to get too overinflated and aided in ego by all those who would praise you, please. Don't want to see you lose yourself to shallowness even further. You had some substance back on that. Also, I'm not a part of your life, so I cannot be your safety net. Thank you, and have a good day. Sure, I still like you, but like hell I'm gonna do anything for you. You'll have the consequences of what happened last time I tried that. No. And yes, I know that the dense stork isn't here. They're not watching, they're not lurking. But my brain isn't shutting up about fucking, okay, but what if they were? So I might as well just ramble on into towards a simulated existence that isn't capable of providing any answers. As a way to just fucking cope. Because I am coping. I am doing my best to cope without losing my damn sanity. Well, you think I should have shame for being able to admit that? Hun, we live in a twisted world where the ideals that we hold so very dear could also easily blind us to the atrocities we can commit as people. I'm not about to fucking hold my pride too close to my chest, thank you. Looking to live a polished life where none of your flaws ever show. Where everyone just praises you and supports your fragile ego. Unfortunate, that's a completely different path in life than I'm wanting to go towards, so I hope you have a good time. Hello. How are you doing today, manifestation of fears and ominousness? Yes, you would kill me if I were to go anywhere near you. Someone's actually here. Okay, hold the fuck up. Like, yes, I'm a fuck up, but no, don't drop back down there. Okay, the trail is lit all around. How the hell did someone manage this? Well done. Like, by damn, I'd like to think of myself as at least giving an attempt for helping others when they're stuck wandering through darkness. But but whoever the fuck left behind an entire section, the entire trial lit up like this, I've gotta ask. Did they go through it themselves and manage to succeed? Or did they manage to do what I did, but instead trace it back from the end towards the start in an effort to help others? Because either way, impressive. Yeah, why is this entire place lit up like a Christmas tree? This usually never happens. Oh. Hmm. Oh well. Humanity is stupid, and I'm right there with them. So why wouldn't I want to bet for their better future, even if it means being a pain in the ass, socially? Not all nurture happens in comfort. And since I suck at comfort, well then, might as well be challenge. No. What the fuck was that? You're telling me I can't? That I'm just stuck sitting here? Well, what if I say screw you? Actually, wait, no. Oh, because you're against me. You don't deserve any fucks. Why, yes, you can be very antagonistic. Whatever left you wondering, whatever left you surprised as to that trait? transmittal light, like a whispering, calling in, calling in. Sweetness is loud, artificial waste. Now my work begins. Don't you give the girl the second degree? Tens a friend. Give all your tens a friend for. Damn it! Seriously, though, I do believe that we're living in a social space age where people are so emotionally and socially malnourished and that they are desperate to fulfill their desires. That they are emotionally and otherwise starving for meaningful connection. And so they're rushing out into the network of the internet so as to try and find it. Mm-hmm. Hope that helps you. Or are you just here for the wax? No, they are there for the child support. Coolio. Read the signal loud and clear. Artificial waves within. Now my work begins. There's command avoidance, amongst other things. Oh yeah. Anull, you know you're not going to let it sit like that. You know you wouldn't actually accept that. Even if it was a misunderstanding. You're right. You're right. My efforts and all of the value that I put forth towards that dense dork, all the ways in which I cared and otherwise. Well, they were a gift, not a debt. Some of that gift was in the hopes that I wouldn't get abandoned socially. And another part of it was just because, hey, I liked you and wanted to see you have a brighter future. Even if I ended up getting a twisted gift in the end. Sorry for that. You don't have to accept it or keep it. Just hope you're doing okay. Alright, it's time for loop 2. am going through this again. Because by now the darkness, dark flowers, and dark plants have probably reset, so I may be able to get more dark butterflies. Now that dense dork may, under the surface, think of themselves as very clever and smart, but ultimately I worry for the day when they run into someone who isn't going to play nice. I worry for the day where they run into someone who why did I lose that word? That sentiment. Brain, please stop deflecting me away from saying what I want to say. It's not helpful, and I know you're trying to do it to defend me, to make sure that I don't say dumb shit, but here's the thing. Since when have you been able to keep me from actually making poor decisions? I'd rather you help me in the ways that I ask to be helped than have you cut me off and shut me down just because you're scared of us getting hurt again. No, I worry about what happens if they ever run into someone who isn't constrained by social laws, social dynamics, and otherwise. There are multiple types of people who do fit that category. Be it someone whose self-worth is so low that they'd be willing to actually cross the line into self-destructive behavior to that degree. Or someone who has no moral compass and simply does as they choose to. Of which would also be equally dangerous. You're smart, you're clever. Definitely use with your presentation. But you're not invincible, huh? Don't get too hopped up on your own pride. catch or lose my interest is often enough a reward in and of itself, wouldn't you agree? Oh yeah, no. Until I stop feeling like talking to the simulation, I'm not fit to interact with them, ever. That is the measuring stick I use, because holy fuck, there's no better one I've seen yet. Really? Okay. Alright. Didn't need me to go all the way back down there for you to get help. Good. No, emotions can amplify context and change its scale value within mental perception to the point where it becomes very, very difficult to actually see things clearly. That's why you can't afford to ignore or disrespect emotions, even if you think logic is supreme. Because what subverts logic 9 times, if not all times out of 10? Fear. And every single emotion out there has access to fear. Can call on it like a big brother if they feel like they're being ignored. Why do you think paranoia is so subversive? What's that one song say? I'll never tell anyone how scared you are. Unfortunately, can't keep that as a promise or word or sentiment. It's just not easy to do. Besides, I don't think that would actually be helping you. That would just be enabling you, would it not? Could easily be misunderstanding things yet again. Whoop-de-doo. Wouldn't be the first time, wouldn't be the last. That would likely drive them further away from the video. Even if it's a genuine sentiment and expression, it would likely drive them further away from the video. You just love making me shoot myself in my foot, don't you, Rain? You're not supposed to nod yes to that. And I don't see any darkness flowers over there. So we'll be heading over here. Hello. Yes. This is gonna take a while. And if the darkness starts receding, I want this. comfortable? Good. I hope you get better at dealing with it without shutting down. If it's too much to handle, you fucking bat me over the head or something. With your hand, the baseball bat, I don't fucking care. And if you don't feel like doing that because you're afraid of harming someone, then just leave me. Lack of communication leads to anxiety, anxiety leads to impulsiveness, impulsiveness leads to all the other things I really don't like about myself. And yeah. Oh well. Then again, they do have 10 years of experience on me, so it's not like the only advantage I really hold, if I hold any at all, is emotional and psychological comprehension. And even then, that's not reliable. Not as an obligation tool, not as a way to connect with people, not as a way to make friends. Just allows me to get a clearer guess at who someone is. And sometimes, no, a good chunk of the time, those guesses are biased. Okay, now I don't feel so now that I don't feel so compelled to say it, I'm more comfortable with saying the sentiment that came to mind earlier. I really do adore you, you unintentional brat. Unfortunately, I don't think it's mutual. Oh, that's actually funny how we could make a fucking meme out of how Anull reacts to the dense stork at this point. Oh. Fucking dense stork. Just not showing interest, not being a part of our life. Anull. Okay, I sleep. Dense stork somehow showing interest? Even passively? Real shit? Real shit. Oh, hey. Didn't notice that. Let's go check it. Dunstork abandoning us, leaving us to our own issues and troubles because they don't know how to handle it and or just doesn't want to deal with the discomfort. Okay, I see. Dunstork actually showing personal growth and confronting us out of bravery or otherwise, even if that takes the support of friends. Wait, real shit? Oh, how many memes could we make out of this attachment? Ooh. Fucking geesh. How many? Okay, I'm sorry, Ring, but that's like the most childish one out there. As if. The idea that even the simulation would allow me to... That the sim... Even the sim... how do I phrase that? I find it hard to believe that even the simulation would humor me trying to get them up against the wall and looking them in the eyes. It would be absolutely adorable to watch them squirm. But it's not gonna happen. This is not productive, this is not useful, this is not us being able to focus ourselves towards making our life better. But this is self-care. Just humoring ourselves and sitting with our feelings like this. You can be damn sure of that. Life and irony throw the meanest curveballs at you to keep you on your toes. Sure. Because they still care. You're flipping over, and I am carrying you back to your friends. Oh, you motherfucker! Oh, seethe in anger all you want. Little shit. Toro, Toro! Toro! Oh, fucking... That one disgusts them. And see, that's the line of thought that keeps us mostly from even humoring a lot of these ideas, or even fun. Is the thought of, okay, but what if they don't like us? What if they feel disgusted? What if they feel you around us? And that just takes all the fun out. At that point, then what's the point of trying to do anything? No. I'm a reckless fool. Still want to know that people are happy. Also, even if they were to enjoy it, what would we actually be bringing to their life as a person? This attachment may be like a leash, but by damn, they don't seem to be wanting it anything at all. Let alone the idea of having it probably overwhelms them. Also, I don't think they'll be able to fucking do anything with it. Oh. Oh wait, motherfucker, 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 motherfucker. Oh, what the hell was with you there? What, you get angry at me just because I had a neat little thought? Are you trying to punish me for speaking my mind? You can go eat shit. Oh. Insult of endearment. Fucking dumbass. Yeah, I'm a dumbass too. Whoop-de-doo. What's that proof? Is Anull talking to the simulation again? Yep. Okay, so fucking bullshit. Pretty much. I also hope that they don't still get affected by social pressure too much. That doesn't corrode them into someone they don't want to be. Because social acceptance is one hell of a drug, but it is still a drug sometimes. Yep, nothing there for me. I'm still happy that my simulation reference point was actually half decently accurate enough to keep track of them without actually needing without actually needing to be in their social space. Especially when they were fucking trying to pretend like everything was fine. Ew. I wonder if they're still angry about me trying to mirror that back to them. Probably. I wonder how often they fucking say they hate me. Because if it's often, if it becomes a topic of conversation, then that hate might as well be an attachment in and of itself. Yeah, no, that is way too much purple not to try and grab. Decay, plasma, spoiled. I did practically spoil them, by the way. Fucking hell. Did I give them a comfortable experience? Oh no, but did I give them a practical one that left them with the odds in their favor? Oh, absolutely. So in that regard, they're probably spoiled still. The idea of being able to spoil them on an emotional level. That would be fun. Unfortunately, I have no bets that they'd take me seriously or respect me, so that's not gonna happen. Oh, I am well aware that me talking about this aloud isn't going to change anything. Why do you think I'm comfortable with it? Because the choice isn't in my hands, it's in yours. You're talking to the simulation again. No. Game, stop that. Now my work begins. Don't you give that girl the second degree. When friends are 10 for that, you're coming with me. I'm in your car, you're turning the key. But carriers and noise, no one hears the last plea. Yeah, Noel can be a jerk sometimes. But genuinely, they don't... It's rare for them to actually get frustrated and actually intend harm on others. Lazy bitch. Excuse me? I called you a lazy bitch. Do I need to say it louder? Come on, we've got chores to do in the real world. Alright, let's finish this over then. Okay, pose our way into the ground. What's the point of having a simulation if I can't try to respect them the same way I would the real person? This doesn't make sense. I don't think anyone is going to look forward to the day where I finally moved on. The reason why I say that is pretty simple. It means they'll no longer feel safe. I'll no longer really feel like making quips, jokes, or otherwise. Y'all have really given up to every end. To every end, to every possibility, to every hope. Because that is the last thing holding me here. Is that one stubborn hope of believing they are capable of growth. That they are capable of being brave in ways I wouldn't have believed. That they're capable of proving me wrong. Only time will tell, though. It's not easy having yourself a good time. Greasing up those bets and betters, watching out they don't pour letters. That they don't quit, yeah. I'm not their plan B. I wouldn't even accept such a position to cut off that bullshit. That is the one thing that will remain consistent. I'm not willing to take second fucking place. Either you make up your mind, or you lose me. Permanently. Oh wait, that's right. You probably have already made up your mind, and you're just emotionally delaying your feelings until I'm no longer fucking speaking. By which point it will be a moot point and a predicted conclusion. I really don't want to see who loses me. If that happens, it happens. To all of those who, for whatever reason, decided to visit this recording, thank you. To all of those who, again, for some unknown reason, decided to actually watch through a good chunk of this, I question your sanity and all that, but thank you. I appreciate the support. Wish I wasn't stuck. But thankfully, I'm not completely stuck, only partially. You aren't the enemy. But you're not an ally either, are you?